Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and today I want to talk about Hermann Goerner, who I truly consider to be one of the titans of the Bronze Era, and at his peak stood 6 foot, other reports say 6'1", and weighed between 245 pounds to 260 pounds of solid muscle, rivaling the mass achieved by the later Arnold Schwarzenegger 50 years earlier, prior to the advent of steroids, with a reported FFMI of 31.2, making him truly the most gigantic of the muscular strongmen from the Bronze Era. These photos really don't do Hermann the justice to his superhuman size and strength, as he had such a massive frame that it takes away from the immense bulk of muscle that this superhuman carried around. Even more impressive was his incredible feats of body and gripping strength that we will go into in this video. Hermann Goerner was born April the 13th in 1891 in Hernichen, Germany. Hermann began his weightlifting training with barbells and dumbbells at the age of 14 and would quickly develop an impressive physique in his younger years. Hermann was lucky to have grown up in Leipzig, Germany, which was the mecca of weightlifting and strongmanism during this time in history. In 1911 to 1913, Hermann, along with his brother Otto and training partner Otto Brauer, began a strongman act known as the Atlas Trio, later known as the Hermann Strongfoot Trio, and although successful, Goerner would later reign as the world's greatest deadlifter, due to his Herculean arm and grip strength. For example, he reportedly performed a one-hand deadlift of 727.5 pounds and a two-handed deadlift of 793 pounds officially, and an unofficial 830-pound lift in 1933. This weight consisted of a 441-pound barbell with two heavy adult males balancing themselves on each end of the bar, so that was a deadlift with a live 830-pound weight, which is even more incredible. Further, Edgar Müller, his friend and biographer, claims that Goerner performed a 264-pound one-hand clean and jerk, a 391-pound clean and jerk, and a two-hand snatch of 297 pounds. Even more crazy was his impromptu lifts, such as when he carried a 1,444-pound piano on his back for 52 feet and cross-snatched a 230-pound barbell. Another stunt Goerner was famous for was his challenge barbell. Weighing at 330 pounds, he would elevate it to arm's length, at which point he would drop it down to his neck, jerk it back up to arm's length, and then drop it and catch the bar in the crooks of his elbows before placing the barbell on the floor. The most extraordinary of all his feats has to be his 24-man lift, weighing 4,123 pounds, and his 4,000-pound support of a car and 6 people inside in what is a type of human bridge that has led to many disastrous injuries of other strongmen. As many would later write, Goerner was, quote, the king of all strength athletes, the man who juggles with weights that other strongmen cannot lift an inch off the ground, end quote. Indeed, Goerner was also known for wrestling an elephant which weighed up to 1,500 pounds, which I talked about in a previous video on Hermann Goerner. Goerner was known to not be fond though of the bench press, stating that it was an unhealthy movement and instead, quote, my health is more important than a past performance. I lift for the sheer pleasure of testing my superhuman powers, end quote. Hilarious. Hermann Goerner trained 3 times a week, namely on Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday for about 2 hours at a time in gyms during the winter months, but when the warmer temperatures hit, he trained outside in the open air for 3 to 4 hours, and would swim and jog too. No signs of overtraining for sure. To quote Ernest Hackwood, who met Hermann Goerner, quote, Hermann Goerner had no secret methods, but was willing to give me all the information I desired. I found out that his training had been done with barbells and dumbbells, and that he started in at an early age of 15 and was a great believer in the use of heavy weights." End quote. Regarding Goerner's recovery and diet, it is said that he enjoyed getting plenty of sleep and indulged on muscle-building food such as minced meat, often eating up to 4.5 pounds of minced meat a day. He would enjoy potatoes, fruits and nuts, and not care about counting calories either. He ate twice a day and didn't drink heavy spirits, but drank beer like most typical German strongmen. His measurement at his peak were as follows: 20-inch neck, he had a 51-inch chest, 18.25-inch arms, 16-inch forearms, 9-inch wrists, 40-inch waist, 46-inch hips, 27-inch thighs, 17.5-inch calves, and 10.1/8-inch ankles. Later in life, his measurements increased further as his weight soared to 290 pounds. Unfortunately, Goerner got caught up in the terrible fighting of World War I and was wounded by shrapnel, which also blinded his right eye. And that is what I find most amazing. The lifts listed here were mostly performed by Goerner after he was wounded in World War I. Worse though is what would happen to Goerner and his wife during World War II. They lost their total life savings, they were separated, and Goerner was placed in a concentration camp. After the war, his wife passed away in 1949, after which Goerner would live the rest of his life in a simple one-room home where he would eat, sleep, cook, and would even philosophize. Goerner passed away on June the 29th, 1956 at the age of 65 from colic of the gallbladder and liver disease. Goerner entrusted his collection of weightlifting memorabilia to his friend and biographer Edgar Müller. Goerner's tombstone reads, "Die stärkste Mann der Welt," which translates to the strongest man in the world. So I do hope you have enjoyed this video on the German Superman, Hermann Goerner. I will follow this video up with Goerner's feats of gripping power, which are mighty impressive, so stay tuned. If you have enjoyed the video, please give the video a like, subscribe, and leave me your comments. That's it from me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. Head to www.goldenerabookworm.com for the biggest range of classic old-school bodybuilding books as ebooks, e-magazines such as Iron Man and Reg Park Journal, high-quality bodybuilding posters of the Golden Era stars, merchandise, and classic gymwear featuring Steve Reeves, Marvin Eder, John Grimmick, Reg Park, and many other Golden Era stars. For those wishing to build a classic physique, lose fat, and build muscle, online training is also available. Collectibles such as rare autographed photos from the Golden Era stars are also available, and to collaborate, please get in touch.